A glittering five-star restaurant in the heart of Rome, where the elite sip $1,000 wines and whisper deals that could topple empires, but tonight, one arrogant billionaire is about to get served a dish of humility he'll never forget. Picture the scene unfolding like a blockbuster movie, with tension crackling in the air and emotions ready to erupt. Our heroine, Elena Rossi, steps into the spotlight at 28 years old, her dark hair tied back in a practical ponytail, her uniform crisp despite the long hours. Those stormy blue eyes hide a world of dreams deferred, a linguist at heart who speaks Italian, English, French, and even ancient dialects with effortless grace. But reality bites hard. Her father's illness wiped out their savings, yanking her from university halls into the chaos of waitressing. Every shift, she balances trays of steaming risotto and oversized egos, her smile a shield against the grind. Deep down, though, scars linger from Marco, her ex who shattered her trust with his cheating ways, leaving her to question if love is ever truly reciprocal. Yet Elena clings to her mother's wisdom: give love freely, without tallying the returns. It's this unyielding kindness that fuels her, even as she brews her morning espresso in a tiny apartment echoing with neighbors' quarrels. Fast forward to that fateful evening, Elena's feet ache from the lunch rush, but she pushes on, greeting patrons with genuine warmth. That's when Victor Harrington strides in, the 35-year-old tech billionaire whose AI empire rivals nations in wealth. Tall and imposing in his tailored suit, his sharp features scream untouchable power, but his soul is a hollow vault. He's in Rome sealing a massive deal, yet his mind drifts to his crumbling marriage back in New York. Sophia, his wife, deserves loyalty, but Victor's been dodging it with secret affairs, blaming the pressure of his world-conquering life. A quick fling in Milan last week. Just another notch in his belt of betrayal. Frustrated by a botched negotiation earlier, he slumps at his corner table, ignoring the opulent chandeliers and murmuring diners. His phone vibrates, Sophia again, but he silences it, ordering brusquely when Elena approaches with her notepad ready. Buonasera, signore. What can I get for you tonight? Elena asks, her voice melodic and inviting. Victor glances up dismissively, rattling off his choices in a mix of English and mangled Italian, his tone sharp as a knife. Time ticks by, and when Elena returns with his appetizer slightly delayed by a kitchen hiccup, his patience snaps. Leaning back, he mutters in what he believes is covert Italian, "Questa cameriera è una stupida contadina, lenta come una lumaca e probabilmente analfabeta." The words slice through the air, loud enough for nearby tables to fall silent, forks pausing mid-bite. He assumes she's clueless, a simple server unworthy of his notice. But Elena, rooted in her village heritage and sharpened by self-taught mastery, understands every venomous syllable. Her cheeks burn, not just from the insult, but from the echo of Marco's cruel dismissal: "You're too basic for my life, Elena." It's a gut punch, reigniting the pain of one-sided devotion poured into someone who repaid it with lies. In that electric moment, Elena's world sharpens. Her heart races like a stallion breaking free, a cocktail of fury and sorrow surging through her veins. She sets the plate down with deliberate calm, then locks eyes with him. In flawless, resonant Italian, she fires back: "Signore, se la sua ricchezza non lo ha insegnato il rispetto, forse la mia stupidità contadina può illuminarla. Non sono lenta, sto solo servendo un uomo che pensa di essere un dio, ma è solo un bambino viziato che tradisce la sua stessa umanità." The restaurant inhales collectively, gasps ripple out, a couple at the next table exchanges wide-eyed glances. Victor's smug expression crumbles, his face flushing crimson as if slapped. He stutters, grasping for dominance: "How dare you speak to me like that? Do you even know who I am?" Elena, tears pricking her eyes but her voice unwavering, replies, si, un uomo che insulta in una lingua che pensa sia il suo scudo. Ma io parlo la lingua del cuore, il suo è vuoto. The raw truth hangs heavy, exposing his emptiness, his string of betrayals, the love he squanders without a second thought. Chaos erupts quietly at first. The manager hustles over, bowing apologies to Victor, urging Elena to retract. But she stands tall, declaring, "Non mi scuso per aver difeso la mia dignità." Whispers spread like wildfire. A diner pulls out their phone, capturing the exchange that could explode online. Victor, unaccustomed to defiance, demands her termination, his voice booming but laced with unease. For the first time, this titan feels small, her words a mirror reflecting his flawed life, the wife he cheats on, the superficial conquests that leave him lonelier. Elena retreats to the kitchen, her composure cracking as hot tears stream down. It's not fear of losing her job, it's the floodgate of buried hurt, Marco's infidelity, her sacrificed dreams, the endless care she gives to a world that spits back disdain. She wipes her face, steeling herself, while Victor remains seated, his gourmet meal congealing untouched. Her retort echoes in his mind, stirring a dormant conscience. Why does he betray those who care? Why hoard love like a miser? As the evening winds down, Victor settles his bill with an exorbitant tip, as if currency could wash away the sting, but he lingers, stealing glances at Elena. She moves through the room with poise, assisting an elderly pair with menu translations, sharing a joke with a young family. Her innate care radiates, a beacon in the dim lighting, highlighting what Victor lacks, authentic connection. His affairs are fleeting thrills, Sophia's calls go unanswered out of cowardice. Intrigued and unsettled, he slips out into the Roman night, but not before trailing Elena at a safe distance as she walks home, her steps weary under the stars. It's not malice driving him, it's compulsion, a pull toward the fire she ignited. Back in his lavish hotel suite, he paces, replaying her verbal takedown. He dials Sophia, finger hovering over connect, but hangs up, guilt twisting like a knife. Il suo cuore vuoto, her phrase taunts him, forcing introspection on his cheating habits born from emotional starvation. Dawn breaks, and Victor resolves to return, shedding his power suit for casual attire, hoping anonymity. Elena clocks in, her mind replaying the confrontation, a mix of pride and anxiety churning inside. Spotting him at a table, her pulse quickens, defiance flares, but curiosity simmers. He waves her over humbly, "Me despise. Your words last night, they cut deep." Switching between languages, he admits his rudeness, his arrogance. Elena, arms crossed, listens warily, seeing cracks in his facade, eyes shadowed by regret, hands fidgeting. Actions speak louder than apologies, she cautions, her tone firm yet laced with the care she can't suppress. Their exchange deepens, he probes her background, learning of her linguistic passions, her village roots. She shares glimpses, the books she devoured by candlelight, the betrayal that hardened her heart. Victor confesses fragments of his isolation, the marriage strained by his infidelities, the void wealth can't fill. "I don't know how to give like you do," he murmurs, vulnerability peeking through. Days blur into a tentative rhythm. Victor prolongs his Roman stay, visiting during lulls. Conversations evolve from awkward to engaging, debates on language nuances, shared laughs over espresso. Elena opens up about Marco's cheating, the one-sided love that drained her. "I gave everything, and he took it all with lies." Victor nods, empathy budding as he ends his Milan fling via a curt message, a small step toward change. He escorts her through Rome's labyrinthine streets, her guiding him to tucked-away fountains and artisanal gelato stands. She teaches him phrases of courtesy, her care manifesting in patient corrections, while he absorbs it hungrily. Yet boundaries hold firm. One twilight at the Trevi fountain, amid twinkling lights, he leans in for a kiss. Elena recoils, "You're still married. I won't enable betrayal." Her words pierce, evoking his guilt over Sophia. Tears glisten on both faces, hers from echoed pain, his from dawning self-awareness. "Love means choosing one path," she whispers, leaving him to ponder. Victor departs for New York soon after, promising reform, but Elena's influence lingers like a persistent melody. Weeks pass, a package arrives at her door, rare linguistics tomes, a scholarship from his foundation. The note, "To the woman who enlightened me." Warmth floods her, a rare feeling of being valued. Then Marco resurfaces, knocking unannounced, eyes pleading, "I miss your care, Elena. Forgive my mistakes." Strengthened by recent events, she shuts him down. "Your love was an illusion, mine deserves truth." Empowerment surges, she's no longer the giver without guardrails. Victor, across the ocean, confesses to Sophia, unraveling his web of deceit. Therapy sessions unpack his fears. Elena's retort a recurring theme, "She showed me my emptiness." As he rebuilds, thoughts of her spark hope. Could this be the start of genuine care? Because just when you thought the fire was out, it roars back to life, turning betrayal into a blazing path of love and second chances. Elena stands taller now, her viral clapback moment fueling a newfound confidence that ripples through her days. The scholarship from Victor's foundation isn't just paper, it's a lifeline, enrolling her in evening linguistics classes where she dives into forgotten dialects with passion reignited. Mornings at the restaurant blend routine with stardom, patrons recognize her from the online buzz, tipping generously and whispering admiration, "You're a legend." But beneath the glow, doubts whisper, has she opened her heart too wide again, caring for a man like Victor who started with cruelty? Marco's rejection lingers in her mind, a reminder that one-sided love extracts a toll, yet she channels her energy into growth, pouring affection into studies and friendships that reciprocate. Across the Atlantic, Victor confronts his wreckage head-on, no more hiding behind boardrooms and billions. Back in New York, he sits Sophia down in their sterile penthouse, voice steady but eyes pleading, "I've been cheating, lying, for too long. It ends now." Her tears fall like rain on marble, betrayal cutting deep, but she sees sincerity in his breakdown. Divorce papers follow swiftly, uncontested. Victor doesn't cling to assets or alibis. Therapy becomes his anchor, unpacking layers of neglect from a childhood where money substituted for hugs, teaching him to cheat emotions before they cheat him. "Elena's fire woke me," he tells the counselor, her words a mantra against his old habits. He cuts ties with superficial circles, donating to causes quietly, learning to give care without strings, small acts like volunteering at shelters, feeling the warmth of genuine impact for the first time. Elena's world expands, classes lead to debates with professors, her insights shining bright. Friends rally around her, celebrating the scholarship with wine and laughter, but nights alone bring reflection. Victor's note echoes, did she care too much in those stolen conversations? Marco tries again, sliding into her messages with apologies laced with manipulation, "Your love was my anchor, I was lost without it." She blocks him, heart fortified, no more one-sided chains. Then, unexpectedly, Victor reappears, jet-lagged but determined, materializing at her favorite cafe amid stacks of books. "I ended everything, honestly, no excuses," he says, sliding into the seat opposite. Elena's coffee cools untouched, emotions clashing like thunder, skepticism wars with the spark she felt in Rome. "You insulted me, remember? Trust isn't rebuilt overnight." He nods, eyes raw, "Let me show you. I learn from you, respect starts with actions." Their reconnection ignites slowly, deliberately, drawing you in with electric tension. Coffee turns to walks along the Tiber, where Victor listens intently as Elena unravels more threads of her past, father's final days, where she cared endlessly with bedside stories in multiple tongues, Marco's affair discovered in crumpled sheets, his gaslighting, you give too much, it's suffocating. Victor shares his voids, the Milan fling discarded like trash, Sophia's pain a mirror to his own infliction. I was empty, cheating to fill gaps that only real care can seal, he admits, voice cracking. Elena, guarded yet softening, offers glimpses of forgiveness through shared silences, teaching him Italian endearments not for romance yet, but for humanity. He surprises her with thoughtful gestures, a rare manuscript delivered, no fanfare, helping her practice presentations, his feedback earnest and encouraging, romance simmers, building to boils that keep you hooked. Picnics in Villa Borghese Gardens, where Victor fumbles cooking pasta from her recipes, sauce splattering but laughter flowing. I'm learning to care your way, messy but real, he grins. Intimacy grows in vulnerability. One starlit evening on the Spanish steps, he reveals childhood scars, parents who bought silence with checks. Elena's hand in his feels like balm, love isn't transaction, it's presence. But tests loom, his ex-fling from Milan emails threats, demanding hush money or exposure, you used me, now everyone knows. Victor forwards it to Elena transparently, no secrets anymore. Her trust wavers, is this redemption or repetition? He proves it by going public in a tech magazine interview, a waitress in Rome called out my arrogance and cheating past, she saved me from myself.